What have we learned in this module? Well, we've learned that our first task as Oracle Database Administrators, specifically focusing on performance tuning, is that you need to see what you can monitor, right? What are you looking for? You want to make sure that the database is performant, to use a British term. You want it to run as quickly and efficiently as possible, and you also want the darn thing to be stable. You don't want it to get into a hung state, and then you'll have to turn to real-time ADDM to get in with a diagnostic connection. Once you figure out what and why you're monitoring, the second task is to know where to go to get the information, and I hope I've helped you in our demos. You now have a better picture of the performance homepage in EM12C. You know how to look at ADDM baselines and snapshots, and you also know how to bring up the top activity graphs that allow ASH analytics to show you specifically what's happening moment to moment. I've said this before, I'm sure I'll say it again. It's one thing to know the tools and to be able to gather the statistics. It's another to figure out what it means. And frankly, that's just something that takes a lot of practice. I would strongly recommend you read up on Oracle Performance Tuning online and in books. The best resource I find personally with something as complicated as this is to find a mentor. Hook up with somebody. Maybe it's a colleague at work, or maybe go to your local Oracle users group and meet somebody who has more experience than you do with performance tuning and learn from that person. Finally, with regard to, that's what WRT means, these suggestions that ADDM gives you, trust but verify. That's a useful watchword. It's nice to trust that Oracle knows, quote unquote, what it's doing because it is Oracle. It's an all-seeing, all-knowing thing, right? Just kidding. No, but you also want to take that advice under the context that this is a computer program that's giving me advice based on its own metrics, but it may not be accurate 100% of the time. There may be other mitigating circumstances that you know that factor in. So trust Oracle, but don't trust it too much, okay? All right, a lot of heavy stuff. Thank you for hanging in on this module. I know it can be pretty overwhelming at first. Let's just keep rocking together. Thanks again for your participation. I'll see you in the next module.